have you ever found yourself short of breath because you had to post so many times, so many days, every day actually? So when my clients are at that point, I give them a solution. What if you could post every other day, and on that other day, you actually spend time to interact deeply with people? I would say this is as important as publishing new content every day. It will actually help you if you sell programs and services to actually get some sales. This is exactly what we're going to be talking about today, so stay tuned. I'm the founder of Social Media Love, and I help women entrepreneur coaches and consultants, anybody who has service to sell, to actually own their market share online with paid and free traffic. I am on a mission to help 50 women entrepreneurs every year to fall in love with their fear of becoming visible online by sharing their voice, their ideas, their stories, their irresistible offers, their beliefs with leadership and expertise. Question: what is social selling? Well, basically, it's taking the time to build relationship, engaging with people on social media, leading to a sale. And it takes time, it takes discipline, and it takes work, but it's fun and really human. This is actually the best homework you can do prior to starting social media advertising, whether it's Facebook ads, Instagram ads, because this is gonna take you to a place where you're gonna know a lot of information about your ideal client. This is great intel, plus you are really building relationship and trust and nurturing relationships with people that could become sooner or later your clients. On that note, I want to refer you to another episode of Social Media Love YouTube channel where I explain the difference between paid and free traffic and which one pays the bills. In this episode of Social Media Love, I'm gonna share with you some scripts and some thoughts regarding how to interact with people, especially, perfect strangers, with the intention of having, a new relationship and leading to a sales. Make sure that you stay until the end because you can download actually my free direct message scripts that is around this video. You'll find actually a link. It's quite easy. You just click on the link, download it, and then this will help you, own your own way of interacting with people in direct messages. So I like to organize my social selling in 4 buckets. The bucket number 1 is the bucket that I call show up. Because when you publish content, this is actually social selling. You are delivering pure value to your audience. So what can you do beyond publishing your photo or your video with a text? This is where you're gonna actually generate some triggers so that more people may see your content. So number 1, you can geotag your content, whether it's on Instagram. On most of platforms, they allow you to put a city or a place so that if you want your post to be seen by more people in that location, there is more chance that they see you. Number 2, you can also tag potential organization or partners that are in your industry and could benefit from that post or could share it with their audience, i.e. your chamber of commerce. Another point I want to share with you is actually using hashtags. Hashtags are key for numerous reasons, and we won't go into that today, but one type of hashtags I want you to pay attention is which one your ideal client is using. Chances are that if you start using those hashtags, whether it's on LinkedIn or Instagram or Twitter, you will get more attention from people who are using them and could become your clients. So that's kind of little tools I'm gonna give you so that not only you're social selling with your content, but you optimize it in a way that more people can see it. Bucket number 2. Now you publish your post, and then what? So this is when most people drop the ball. They forget that if you publish something, you need to be there in the next hour, up to 24 hours to do some specific interactions. Number one, here we go. Each person who likes or share or comment on your content, make sure you check their profile. Check who they are. Where are they coming from, right? And this is intel for actually your next ad, for example. And the other thing you can do is whoever left a comment on your post, you go to that person's profile with any platforms and you leave a comment under their post if you see and only if you think they're a good match for your audience. Another thing I like to do is that, you can, if people share, you can also send them a private message. This is where the download I have for you is key. The link is around this video, because when you thank people for actually interacting with you, chances are they're gonna interact even more after. Make sure that you check also your private messages each time you post a new story, because chances are that some people don't feel comfortable with commenting directly. They'd rather go on a private messages. So that's another type of social selling through monitoring, because you are looking around that post that you published and who did what, and then you investigate on who are those eyes or the thumbs, right? And then you go and thank them, you go interact with them. You tell them, hey, I see you guys, I see you, I thank you. Bucket 3, investigating. So now that you find out who's liking, who's sharing, who is commenting, then it's time to investigate on those people. We're gonna go a little deeper. So, for example, check which big gurus those people are following. Chances are some of their gurus are part of your industry. So this is great intel for you as well. Get into groups on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and figure out where those people are hanging out. Get into those groups. Pay attention here. Don't sell anything in those groups. I just want you to go in those groups and start actually being part of the conversation, helping people in those groups if that's of your expertise, or at least just observing what are they talking about, what are their frustrations, what are their pains, what are their questions, and use this for your content, but also use this to help people within those groups, without selling anything. And chances are that relationship that you're gonna build there gonna go beyond the group and people gonna reach out to you personally, right? This is another way of, connecting with people and the right people. Start identifying some key people because, once you know who is really an ideal client, go and check out what they post everywhere on LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram, and then interact with them accordingly. If they have, specific question and you can help them, feel free to reach out via direct messages. Do this only if you had a bunch of, back and forth within the groups. Then you can feel free to reach out to them. Hey, I noticed, that you were asking this question in the groups, and I want to make sure that, I can help you. But don't do that right away. Like, do this if you're really nourishing that relationship already in the groups and you feel that it's time to be more private. And you see what happens. Most of the time, people are going to actually interact with you before you do, because they notice that you were so generous and genuine that they want to see more of what you do, right? So this is where you can also use the DM script I have for you around this video. Bucket number 4, it's the outreaching bucket. This one is the next step. So this is when the nurturing, monitoring, investigating, approach starts to amplify and brings you in front of another audience. All this for free, right? So now you know where your pool of potential clients swims every day. You also know who they follow. Then now it's your time to make kind of hello to those people that are kind of the big figures in this industry that those ideal clients of yours are looking up to. And potentially it will be a way for you to reaching to reach out to those people and partner with them, or being a guest on their podcasts. You know, by being shown to audiences that are similar to the people that you are discovering your day after day, this is gonna exponentially help you to sell your programs and your and services. So what can you do in this? Have some example for you. So interact with, so maybe list 5 core big figure that, like big names that you want to be noticed by in your industry, and make sure that you follow them religiously every day. Interact with their stories, with their posts, leave a comment under their post every day, congratulate them when they share their big wins, or leave reviews on Facebook or LinkedIn or Google My Business, and then reach out to them at some point, after, following them, earning their attention, after a month of following them, interacting genuinely with them, reach out to them. And then maybe you have a speaker kit that you want to send them and say, hey, I love your podcast, I love your show, whatever it is, and I would love, to contribute to the conversation. I think, me talking about this topic might interest your audience. Let me know, blah, blah, blah. This is how you build relationship at another level, so that you can get invited into speaking online or in person in front of a new audience. So these are just examples of social selling that you can implement right away, and they're gonna help you to become visible in front of the right audience. And it doesn't really rely only on your post, right? This is why I think it's as important as publishing posts, is to interact in a very strategic way and genuine way. Just to recap, make sure you personalize your messages. In that, download that I have for you, that PDF, there is some examples. Make sure you personalize them so that you feel good reaching out to those people, like if you were reaching out to them in a networking event. Question of the week: do you have a tactic that you use to increase your interactions with perfect strangers on social media that leads to business? I would love to know what it is. Let us know in the comments. I would so love to and appreciate, actually, to learn from you as well. Did you get some value? I hope you really did. And in this episode of Social Media Love, I want to make sure that if you know someone who could benefit from this type of information, please tell them, share with them, and bring them in our community so that they can get access to all the goodies we deliver every week. Make sure to comment as well so that I know that this resonates, it helps you. And of course, I can't wait to see you next week in the next episode of Social Media Love. Ciao!